and welcome back to my channel. So the other day I was going through my old content, I was looking through my old vlogs in particular, and I was like, oh my god, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. It's so boring, it's really bad. I'm just really embarrassed that I even published this to start off with. So today I thought I would just sort of go through one of my old vlogs and just talk about all of the mistakes that I made, all of the bad things that I did, so that you guys in the future can avoid making those mistakes yourself and you guys can learn from my terrible video. So this video in particular is called She Called Me Basic. It had 60 views and 5 likes. And yeah, let's get started and talk about all of the rubbish things I did.
And good morning. I have a busy day ahead of me. I've got to go to the market, I've got to go to the city, I've got to run some...
So straight away we can see that the first mistake I made is being really boring and really unenthusiastic in the intro. So any YouTuber knows that the top 3 things about any YouTube video is the title, the thumbnail, and the intro, because there's no point having a really interesting middle and a really interesting end if people can't get through the intro. Like, if the intro is boring, they're not going to watch the rest of the video. And which is why with vlogging in particular, it's really important to be very smiley and enthusiastic and happy, and talk about what you're doing that day, what the weather is, what your outfit is, sort of depending on the theme of your channel, but you sort of want to give viewers a reason to keep watching. Alright, so the second mistake that I made is including a boring time lapse. I am literally drinking a coffee, eating a biscuit, and doing my homework. Why did I think anybody else cares that I'm doing my homework? Like, it's literally unnecessary. I did not have to time lapse that. It's just literally a waste of space, a waste of time, and people probably clicked off my video at that moment because it was so unnecessary. So I do think that time lapses are good. I often do time lapses. They're very interesting when they're done well. Like, the time lapse has to be of an interesting thing. Like, for example, a crowd walking past. You're driving somewhere and there's palm trees everywhere. It looks very good. Or you're on a plane and it's the scenery going past. Looks very pretty. Doing your homework. Boring. Uninteresting. Do not need it. So the third mistake I made was I included really boring, really unnecessary footage of, like, for example, my feet on the escalator, the wall, the road, and the grounds. So these things do not help to move the storyline along. They don't really contribute anything to the vlog. They're just boring, they're just a waste of space, and I should have cut them out.
So I just got to get my Flybus card. Bacham, let's go.
So the fourth mistake I made is I was really shaky with the camera. I was normally holding it with one hand, and I was filming as I was walking and I was shaking it around, which meant my end footage was really difficult to watch. It sort of gave people a headache. It wasn't particularly good footage. So when you walk around and you film stuff, you really want to hold it with both hands like this, and you want to keep it at the same level. You want to make sure it's, you know, smooth. You don't want to be shaking around everywhere like you're at a concert. You just want to hold it still as possible.
Just finished in the city. We're just gonna grab some ice cream before we leave.
And ran into people she knows. So the next mistake I made was when I was in public, I didn't particularly want to hold the camera out like this as I was talking. I sort of wanted to be a little bit subtle about it. So what I would do is I would hold the camera down, sort of downwards like this, except I'd point it upwards at my face. So that meant I would just get like half of my face in, so you could still tell that I was talking, but I wouldn't be like holding it out here like that, because I thought that was a bit weird. I thought that was a bit embarrassing. I thought it would be better if I would just subtly hold the camera like this. Now the problem with that is that your end footage looks kind of bad. So even if it is embarrassing to hold the camera out like this, this is the way you'll get the best shot. You want to be directly in front of the camera like this. You want to be talking directly at eye level to the camera. For example, if you hold it down here like this, like, it's okay sometimes, but when you're filming like this for the whole video, it's kind of not, it's sort of, It's not good to watch. It doesn't look good. Just hold the goddamn camera out. It's not that bad. Just hold it out in front of you. It's not the end of the world.
Everyone, so today definitely did not end up how I planned it. I didn't really get any cleaning done. I got a little bit of homework done, but definitely not as much as I wanted to do.
So the final mistake I made is I blabbered on about nothing for ages. So the sad truth is that big YouTubers can do this. They can talk for 20 minutes in a row about nothing in particular. They can just have a chat and they'll get 1 million views, and that's fine. Good on them. I feel like they have earned that. But smaller YouTubers that people don't particularly care about generally should not do this, because if I click on a new YouTuber that I've never seen before and they spend 20 minutes talking about something really, really boring, I'm probably not going to subscribe to them. And this is something that I used to do a lot. I would often do my makeup and have a conversation to the camera about whatever. It doesn't really matter, just whatever. Or I would do my skincare routine like here, and I would just talk about nothing, and it wasn't even relevant. It wasn't even interesting. I wasn't talking for a purpose, and I feel like that's definitely something I struggled with for a long time. I would just talk and talk and talk, and it would be so boring. Alright, so we finished the vlog. Now I thought I'd give some general advice for YouTubers, but vloggers in particular. So number one, get a real camera if you can afford it and if you know YouTube is something you want to do. Like for me personally, I could afford a real camera for quite a while, and I also knew I wanted to commit to YouTube. I knew YouTube was something that was really, really important to me, but I didn't get a real camera for a long time. Like over a year I filmed on my phone, which is fine if that's all you can afford, or you're not sure you like YouTube that much, or you're not sure whether it's something you want to spend a lot of money on. But my content would have improved so much if I had just gotten a real camera to start off with. Like, it's not just the quality, it sort of changes the colors a little bit and just makes things look so much clearer and just so much more enjoyable to watch. So just to put things in comparison, here I am vlogging on my iPhone 6s. So as you can see, the quality is definitely reduced. This one here has 12 megapixels and my camera has 20. So the difference is quite substantial. So if you'd like to become a daily vlogger but you feel like your life is not that interesting, consider becoming a weekly or monthly vlogger instead, because as a viewer, I know that I personally would much rather watch a combined video of someone's week rather than daily videos of someone's day. If every single day is boring, I'd rather watch the highlights in a weekly video. So that was everything that you should not do if you want to become a successful vlogger. But what about all of the things you should do? I do actually have a blog post on this on my blog. It's holcee.wordpress.com. The link will be in the description. But basically, I talk about 5 different vloggers that you can learn from, different techniques you can use, and basically how to become a better vlogger and things you should do. Consider checking out my vlog channel, Holcee Vlogs. You can also follow me on social media. My Instagram name is Holcee12, my Twitter is Holcee12, my Snapchat is Holcee12, and I also have 2 blogs, youstolmycake.wordpress.com and it's holcee.wordpress.com. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye!